Well, welcome again to another one of my podcasts. And today I've got a little story for you. And let me start out by saying that I can really relate to this story because something very close to this happened to me. I was out fishing one time. I live right on the Mississippi River, and I was out fishing on the river. And I had a friend and his wife with me. And normally, if I'm just in a boat with a guy or two, when you need to relieve yourself, there's ways of doing it, and not really embarrassing yourself. But seeing I had this friend's wife with me, I pulled up on a sand island and I walked off into a little brushy area where I was out of sight, and I walked right up on a rattlesnake, and at first it sounded like a bird chirping until I looked down, and lo and behold, the snake was coiled and he was rattling, and boy, you don't know how fast I jumped backwards. Well, the story that I'm going to tell you actually is kind of the same type of a story, and the title here is uh, provision, and also the copperhead, a copperhead snake. They can be pretty deadly, as deadly as a rattlesnake. Rattlesnakes, you can survive, but a copperhead is the venom is a lot worse. Well, the story goes while this fellow was cleaning out his garage, he was preparing for spring planting, and he said he pulled up a large clump of winter seeds, and he leaped into the air. A venomous copperhead snake was lying hidden underground just below his hand. He reached down, didn't realize the snake was there. He says an inch lower, and I would have grabbed it by mistake. I saw the colorful markings as soon as I lifted that clump of dirt, and the rest of it was coiled into weeds between my feet. Can you imagine that? When my foot hit the ground after jumping, it just landed a few feet away. And he says, I thank God I hadn't been bitten. And I wondered how many times he had kept me from danger. I never knew. And there were times that probably I was in danger. But God watches over his people. Moses told the Israelites as he prepared to enter the promised land, the Lord himself goes before you and will be with you, and he will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. And that's out of Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8. You know, they couldn't see God, but he was with them nevertheless. You know, sometimes difficult things happen that we may be not even, we be unaware of it. And we never understand sometimes. But we can also reflect on the number of times God had preserved us without us even being aware of it. Scripture reminds us that his perfect provision, his provisional care, remains over his people every day. He's always with us. Matthew 28:20, and it says, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very ends of the age. And that was a promise of the Lord himself. Well, that's kind of my thought for today, and I hope you kind of enjoyed it. And till next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you, which He always does, until He sees fit to take you home. Until next time, I'm your host, and we will be with you again, Lord willing. Have a great day.